tractor and a family four-wheel drive. On the surface, it would appear that these two have nothing in common. The Ranger, 6 gears, and the John Deere, 16. A top speed of 175 kilometres an hour versus 30 at its best. And while one screams stop, look at me, the other says go and get to work. Despite all these differences, if we look beneath the surface, there is one vital element that these two machines have in common. And without it, no matter how much horsepower, no matter how big their engine, or even what they're worth, well, they're not going to go anywhere. Diesel. It's the lifeblood of these vehicles, fueling both industry and family holidays. And it's this shared element that brings them here to Diesel Care Dalby. As specialists in diesel injection, it's experts like Pete Eric that you'll want to see if you're after better reliability from your engine. So mate, I know the farmers with their tractors, they love diesel, but what's the big trend now with cars and four-wheel drives?
A lot of them are going to the diesel engines, a lot more pulling power or torque.
Yeah.
That'll do the towing job that they need a lot easier.
You wouldn't happen to know how many, would you, mate?
About 110% increase in sales in the last 5 years.
Wow. For every 100 fuel system repairs done at Dalby, Pete reckons 75 of them are because of contaminated fuel.
We've got some samples here, Roger. We can have a look at them.
Yep.
So this one's got water in the bottom. It's got algae growth living on the water.
That's that black stuff?
That is that black stuff.
Yep.
And we've got diesel on top. So it's separated the water, the diesel and the algae.
Yep. Righto. And what's this one?
This one's water in the fuel.
Yep.
So you can see your clear line of water and diesel. In your fuel tank, that gets shaken up and goes to a murky mess.
So separating the filth from the clean is all down to your filters?
That's right.
In a normal setup, the factory fuel filter is the only protection from a dirty load of diesel. But by fitting an extra filtration kit, you've got at least one last line of defence before it reaches your engine. Pete, where are you putting my filter, before or after the factory one?
Today, Roger, we're going to fit a filter after your factory filter.
Yep.
It's a secondary filter. This is a 2 micron unit, so it's nice and fine. It's going to remove all the water and particles down to 2 microns.
So you could nearly pour diesel and water through that and drink the water?
We would hope so.
Pete says no one wants to be hit with a bill well into the tens of thousands to fix a damaged motor. So think of this as cheap insurance. Well, a lesson we've learnt today is if that factory fuel light comes on the dash, contaminants are going to get into the engine. With a secondary filter, that stops all that. So if your light comes on in the middle of nowhere, you're at least going to be able to get to the next town without any damage. Are we good?
All done, Roger.
Great, mate. Diesel Care has take-home filtration kits that you can order online. Or you can go and see Pete and the gang at the shop at Dalby. And while you're there, have a chat to them about other ways to improve performance and efficiency. There's a few things you could get away without on a trip, but I wouldn't go without at least a couple of spare fuel filters, because if you do get a bad load of fuel, you're going to have to clean at least 100 litres of it. And you'll go through these like toilet paper with a stomach upset.